is
Stevie.
Yeah, bro.
Salutations, friends. It's your pal, said Stevie. And as some of you may know, I recently stopped by Benchmade and I bought myself a Bugout. Yep, I was down in Oregon last week, met up with the homie Zach, and stopped by to see this awesome maker, Benchmade, who makes this knife. This is their limited edition version, their Worksharp collaboration. It was on sale, and it was actually cheaper than the standard blue S30V version. And I have never owned a Bugout. And so I figured I would pick one up because really what I wanted to do is have a project. I want to build, I'm going to call a bougie out. I want to completely modify this thing to where maybe even it's out, other than the internals, it's not Benchmade at all. And to start with that, I got myself something from a little company you might have heard of before, Lynch Northwest. And they have some titanium scale kits that I'm going to use. I like the Bugout. I've handled them before, but yeah, these scales suck. Same thing I don't like about the Hogue Deka, and a lot of people keep asking me which one I like more. And honestly, I think they're kind of equal. There's things that I like about the Deka more than the Bugout. I like that groove or that finger cutout right there. Although these scales are sharp, I don't like that. And I like the jimping, and I mean blade shape. You know, I like the blade shape a little bit more. I like the feel of this handle, honestly, a little bit better. But the jimps are kind of back here, and I don't like that. I like forward jimps. And again, scales are kind of sharp right there. But assuming pricing would be equal on these, I would say either or are good. They're both good modding platforms. Seems to be a little bit more stuff available for the Bugouts. You can get scales from, I think, OG and AWT for these. And again, same with Benchmade here. Maddie, I handled Maddie's a while back. Mattisfaction, he got Meat and Boss scales on his, but I heard, I don't know if the rumors are true. You might have to check with Kyle Kunel or Mattisfaction, or even Ryan Ellis, I think, might know. But I think Meat and Boss has gone through new ownership, and yeah, don't know what's going on with him. So, anywho, my homies over at Lynch Northwest have a scale kit, so I figured I would put those on here. So before I get going, it is early, by the way, or it's early for me. It's on a Sunday. What time is it? It's 8:03 on Sunday morning, AM, that is. This is only my second cup of coffee. Black, like my soul, of course. I put together a hell of a blend through Winco, and then make a cold brew, and man, it's good. But this is my Some Dude artwork mug, as always. Shout out to Some Dude. I am also drinking some high quality H2O, and I just got a bunch of stickers on my new tumbler that I got. We got some DSKFS, BeUp, Edge Blade Works, Jack's Lungs, Barefoot Bruisers, Snuz. I got some One Moon on there. I got some Agana Steel. I got some Dillery, some Mallory Designs, the homies Lynch Northwest, and my brother Forrest of Forrest Hanks. We've got a lot of stickers on there. Oh, and then I think I did Popcoin. Yes, So shout out to all those people. 5 minutes in and I haven't even started doing what I said I'm going to do yet. Let's slice into this. Shout out to Daisy Lynch over at Lynch Northwest, who I believe is the one that does all their packaging. They do a heck of a job. Anytime you order scale kits or pry bars, you're gonna. I'm probably cutting into the. I am. Anytime you get these scale kits or pry bars, they come in like a larger package than like just their clips. So let's slide that off. Got a pink. This is 20 CV on the blade steel on this, and it's extremely sharp. I'm very happy with the factory edge that came on that. As always, you get your little handwritten note from the Lynch Northwest crew, August 2025. Thank you, Stevie, for your Washington support. And then Casey, I'm pretty sure Casey like pre-signs these and draws his little caricature. These are real. This isn't printed. And then I think it's Daisy who does the, he does the thank you for your support. And then Daisy personalizes it with the order as they're placed. So that's always cool. I got some more. I got a little lanyard in there, which I probably will not use. But this scale kit comes with 2 scales and a pocket clip. It's got some extra screws in there. Maybe we'll need them, maybe we won't. But these are the Benchmade Bugout scale kit, Mod 1. They have a bunch of different flavors. I went with what they're calling their Fallout, I believe. Yeah, the Fallout finish. More of a stonewashed. I thought it would look good with all the blacked out hardware on there. And so let's get into this without further ado. So I've modded a Griptilian before, and people are like, hey, you should get the Flytanium alignment tool. I was like, nah, I'll probably never modify another Benchmade again, so I'm not going to get it. And then I got this Bugout, and I was like, well, let me just, I took this apart real quick to see how quickly it would take me to put it together, take it apart, put it back together, and it's not hard. It's really not. However, I have ordered a couple more things that are going to be coming for this. They're not here yet. So I actually did go ahead and order this Flytanium tool. Let's see how that goes. I could have ordered it off of Flytanium's website for a couple bucks cheaper. But they had it available on Amazon, and it was next day shipping. So I think I paid a couple dollars extra for it, but it arrived right away. So I'm going to give this a shot. However, I am missing my tools. I got to go grab those real quick. Well, I hit stop instead of pause when I went and got my tools. And I came back down and just started talking. I was just, when I sat back down, I noticed that, I was going over all the milling on the inside of there, and of the Lynch Northwest scales, and looking at those, and then, yeah, totally got distracted. So, anywho, got my bit driver, got my Weehub bits, got my Coca-Cola can so I can keep all these screws in order. Let's go that there. This has I believe the T10 that you need for the pivot on there, screw. So I don't need that, but I do need, there's a shit ton of T6s on this knife. So yeah, all right. I'm just gonna start yarding out screws. Let's see, actually, I don't think that this is gonna fit through the scale. I think maybe I have to pop the scale off first. So that's not the right size. What did I do there? Oh, I already had a T6 in there, I guess. So yeah, I think I got to take the clip side scale off first. All right, let me just take this pocket clip off. Damn T6s. So the difference in screws, I know I'm probably the millionth person, maybe not millionth, but there's a ton of bug out videos on the YouTubes here. This is not the first one by any means. So, I don't know, maybe you'll find this one day, and old Stevie can give you a little hand. My Para 3 modding video, my Manix 2 modding video, and the aforementioned Griptilian video are like some of my most viewed, so who knows, maybe they will see this. Oh, I do have to take the pivot screw out. Haha! I am not the greatest at this, but there's yet to have anything. There's nothing that's completely stumped me yet. I've struggled, for sure. Struggle bus is real. Yeah, okay. I think now is where I need to find the flat, because this is a D-shaped through there. I think now I need to put that in, line it up, and now that should punch out the... Maybe I need to pull the lock bar back. There we go, yeah, okay. There we go. That popped out the pivot. Now that keeps everything all together, so your washers and your blade and the liners are aligned. Yeah, geez, as long as I can get it back through there, I guess that's no problem. So, now I guess I just start swapping over stuff onto the pivot side scale. So, let's start with this back spacer, or barrel spacer. I don't know if I've already mentioned it or not, but one of the things that I wanted to get for this is a back spacer. These are shouldered, so you have to find the way it fits in, and my eyes are too small, so I just go by feel. Or, it's not that my eyes are too small. These are too small for my eyes to really focus on, so... But I think Rockscale Designs has a backspacer. They're, I think, the only US-made backspacer that I could find. I know Flytanium has stuff, and I might end up putting some Flytanium stuff on here, but I do... Am I putting this in the right spot? I am. I do want to keep this as much US-made as possible, since it is a made in US knife. I think Benchmade is Italian, but they are a US manufacturer. So if there's someone besides Rockscale out there that you guys know of, let me know. Alright, I guess I gotta take that top screw out there. Oh, I'm missing. Haha! Them pesky screws. Alright, so now these scales have filled their duty. I guess if someone needs bug-out scales or want yellow bug-out scales, maybe I can send you those. I don't know, I'm gonna hold on to them for a minute though. So, alright, this should allow me to, yeah. So yeah, I guess this tool, it's working out good. I think it's worth the investment, I guess, if you plan on modding or working on Benchmades a fair amount, and maybe it could come in handy again. I think I used kind of a roll pin punch on my Griptilian. I don't really remember. I'm sure I would have used some sort of a roll pin at the time, but it's not hard to do if you're doing it a one-off, and even if you're doing it more, it's really not that big of a deal. Alright, let me put that screw in there. And if you're just doing a scale, or a, no, I guess you don't always have to fully disassemble this if you're going to do a scale swap, right? Yeah. Yeah. Alright, now what? Okay, now I gotta put the pivot back through. You know what? I'm going to close the blades, though. I don't want to cut myself, and I am prone to cut myself, so this should line up again with the D spot. So now as long as I can push that through, this thing will have worked good. I need to put back on that lock bar. Ah! Got it. Boom. So yeah, again, I think it's worth it. And since I am going to be taking this apart several more times, because I might end up, if I didn't mention it, I might get a reblade from Brian Kim, Transparent Knives, for this. And then I am looking for Glow, an access bar from Glow Rhino. They don't make them anymore, so I got my feelers out. I know that those are also, I talked about keeping US parts on here. I'm pretty sure that Glow Rhino is made in China. I think their tritium is made in Switzerland, but they're probably machined in China. Unfortunately, most shit is. But I do want to change, put some tritium in there, and I'm going to order their I don't know if it would work in conjunction with the back spacer from Rockscale Designs, but I did order a tritium glow. Did I put the right, longer or shorter? There we go. I did order a Glow Rhino lanyard plug with tritium on there. All right, now the pocket clip. This is also, I went with this finish. It can always be blasted and anode as well. So that's kind of why I went with this variant here. Also, I like the rough stonewashed look of it. The fallout, I guess they're calling it there. Alright, pivot screw. We'll check for centering and all that. But this is pretty much a done deal at this point. Alright, I just want to get that so it's centered. Oh, it's already pretty much centered up. I just need to dial in the action there. So, Alright, you know what? I'm just going to tighten. I don't like using that. I'm going to use my bit driver now. I am going to cinch it down all the way, make sure that pivot is pulled in nice and tight, and then back it off. Got no blade play, so I can back that off a little bit more. I didn't lube it, did I? I'll worry about that. Yeah. I forgot to apply some lubrication. No blade play there, but I think I can tighten it just a skosh. This is a totally different feeling knife now. And it's got the clicks and clacks. There we go, folks. I do like it with the blacked out blade on there. If I end up getting a reblade from Transparent Knives, then I will end up having it void washed by Paul Might. Yeah, boom. There you go. That is the Benchmade Bugout with the Lynch Northwest mod scale Bugout kit. These are going for 180 bucks. So by the time this bougie out is done, this is going to be a very expensive knife. Is it going to be worth it? Yeah, it'll be worth it to me. But yeah, in order to build the exact bug out that you want, you got to spend a lot more than the what are these, like 150 or something for the basic configuration? This was on sale. I don't remember what I paid, but it was only like 120 bucks. The tritium insert's like 25, the backspacer's like 50. So, I mean, you're into this for a lot of money if you're going to go this route. And that is definitely not, people already complain about, I didn't need these extra screws from Benchmade, by the way. People already complain about Benchmade prices, so I'm sure I'll get to the folks in the comments here that'll say, oh, blah, blah, and start screaming about pricing. Save it. Save it. I get it. It's a lot of money. But here's one thing I will say, is that while I was down at Benchmade, while I was down at Benchmade, Zach is obviously a rock star down there, and introduced me to a bunch of people. And although I cannot remember her name, because usually as soon as people tell me their name, I've already forgotten their name, but she works in their customer service department. And I spoke to one of their marketing people. I spoke to a couple people at the counter in the store, and I asked them all the same question. Is Benchmade a pretty cool company to work with? And they said, absolutely. Oh, this looks like I can put a third screw in there. Do I need to put a third screw in there? I don't think I do. But it is tapped for 3. Why is it tapped for 3, but this clip only has 2 screws? I'm going to have to put a third screw in there because that bugs me. But they all said the same thing when I asked them if Benchmade was a cool company to work for. They said yes. They treat them very well. Listed a bunch of stuff that they do for them. And that is awesome to hear. That the company's treating them well and they're happy and proud to work there. The lady that I talked to in customer service, I asked her, I said, do you have to spend a lot of time, talking about all the ripoffs that are out there? She's like, I don't do that anymore, but I used to. And she talked about how many people call asking about, is mine real? Is mine not real? And, the amount of time that they have to spend answering that shit. And then also I don't know what I was going to do there. The other thing that they do, and I think I've learned that a couple other U.S. companies do this too, if you send in a knife for service and it turns out that it's a ripoff, they destroy it. They said, look, if someone were to say, this knife has extreme sentimental value to me, can you please return it? They will. They're not heartless pricks. But otherwise, they destroy them. And that's good. But, I'm not saying that a lot of their pricing seems to be fairly out of line, but I understand why some of their pricing might be what it is, simply for the fact that they are running a business that takes good care of their employees. They got to deal with all that extra bullshit that they're not making money on. When they're spending time dealing with the ripoffs and the clones that they're trying to pass off out there. They're not making money on that, but they're dealing with it. So definitely, I understand that. Yes, some of their pricing is stupid, but I understand where it's coming from. I guess I didn't really talk about these scales a ton. You do see some micro milling on the underside here, so you do get a little bit of difference. The profile is slightly different. You can see the profile difference there. It does actually, I think, feel a little bit better in hand. But so these obviously have sharper corners, edges right there. And like on the underside, these are all chamfered nice and well. Nice and rounded on the corners. The liners fit perfectly. They are not protruding at all. In fact, they're slightly recessed. Everything lined up perfectly. I did check for centering. Maybe it's a hair off. I'll dial that in. I'll just dial it in right now. I can't really see. Yeah, that's centered. There's no blade play, up, down, left, right. I mean, slight. It's very slight. Action didn't change at all. You got a little bit different acoustics, I think, now. But Lynch Northwest, as always, did a great job with the manufacturing side of things. Everything looks nice and even, Steven. Yeah. So, look, y'all have to decide if spending money, $180 on scales are worth it to you. Is it worth it to me? I don't know. I'm accomplishing what I want to accomplish by spending that, so I'm comfortable spending that money on it. It's coming out of knife funds that I have acquired by selling off knives. I'm still pulling from those funds, so I didn't dip into my pocket book for these. So yeah, but I am going for the bougie out. Anytime you go bougie, you're going to spend more money, and yeah, I'm cool with it. But yes, I think a backspacer and a lanyard plug, a tritium lanyard plug would be awesome. If I can get a access lock with tritium and studs with tritium, even better. And I might have to go to Flytanium with that. We shall see. And then, of course, the reblade, which is going to be just as much as the scales. So, this is going to be like a $500 knife by the time I'm done with it. But, I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. What are your thoughts, folks? Curious to hear what you mofos think. If you are interested in these amber work sharp scales, send me an email. I can't guarantee that you'll be the one that gets them because I'll do it on a first come, first served basis once I actually decide that I want to get rid of these. I'm not fully committed to it yet, but if you're interested, at least let me know. And if you made it this far through the video, thank you. Also, this brand, Simple, I recommend them all the time. They absolutely keep these are the best insulated tumblers that I have. I got 64 ounce. I got the 24 ounce with a straw lid. I just got this 20 ounce one. I'll put a link in the description, my affiliate link, by the way, as well. Because I do think that, and look, I don't care if you use my affiliate link or not. Shane did, old edgy American, and I think I got like 48 cents off of it. But these really are good cups. off Amazon. They're like 25 bucks. So, Barefoot Bruiser, shout out Satu Dave. Snuzz, popcorn. My homie Scotty Stills. BeUp, DSKFS. Forrest, West Northwest. Dillery, thank goddess. Funk Wonky himself, Mr. One Moon. Yeah. So that's what is up, folks. If you watched all this, again, thank you for tuning in. Yeah, that's all I got. I don't think I have anything else to say. Oh yeah, the tool is definitely worth it. I'll put a link in my description for that as well if you want to order through Amazon and not Flytanium and help support the channel. I've still never made enough money off of my Amazon affiliate links to get paid out, so yeah. Any hoodles, folks. Like I said, I do appreciate you tuning in. And until the next one, I bid you mofos, all deuces. Bye-bye.